What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Stationeers. Last episode, we got a little bit of logic set up so that way we can get some automation for the gas cooling, and it seems to work out pretty well. We also set up a switch. Oh, I need to turn those off. I forgot to turn them off. I set up that switch for those drains so we could get rid of some of the extra water. I guess I could go ahead and turn it off now. I have no idea. I have to check the pipes to make sure that they are empty. What we need to do in this episode is finally finish the third priority we need in order to survive on this planet. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so before I can actually finish this, I need to paint these pipes. Because here pretty soon we're about to use a pipe analyzer, and unfortunately the pipe analyzer, when you stick it onto a pipe, you can't paint the pipe afterwards. So we're gonna have to make sure we get that done before we put the pipe analyzers on. All we have to do to make paint is come over to the tool manufacturer, which I went ahead and crafted. And there's also, I was looking through this, there's also a bunch of tools and everything that we probably should get. Also, Mark II belts and stuff like that, which will hold a little bit more inventory. Question is, there's a Mark II tool belt. Constantan. That's simple enough. But yeah, I'll go ahead and make some paint so we can go ahead and get some stuff painted. And then we'll also start talking about what we need to do to try to automate the pressurization of the tanks. Now, we also have to keep in mind that I am now going ahead and using the smart canisters that we saw in last episode. So we should be able to hold, I don't want to put it up to 20 just in case I overpressurize. I think what I'll do is I'll keep them down to 18 megapascals and see if that works out. So here's what happens. I tried to explain this before, but I don't think I did a very good job at it. What happens, CO2 would be a better example. So if we have storage and then we have a pipe which goes into the canister filler, what will happen is the gases will try to equalize between each, which means the pressure inside of the storage would be the same as the pipe and as the canister. Now, that would be a pain in the ass because what you have to do is you have to make sure that the pressure in this tank is always set to whatever you want the canisters to be, which would be a complete pain in the ass. You would always have to make sure this thing is in the red. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That would be a pain in the ass. So what we need to do is we need to force the gases into the canister. Now, of course, the way to do that is with a volume pump. But we also need to be careful with the volume pump because the volume pump fills up the pipe below it, or in front of it, I guess you could say, pretty quickly. So we would only be able to turn that on for a few seconds, and we would have to turn it on when the gases get lower. So what I'm trying to say is this canister needs 18 megapascals is what we're going to set it at. Now, the pipe we can set to, I forget, I think it's 20 megapascals. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. So what we would have to do is push gases in, and we would have to wait for the canister to fill up because sometimes they do take a little while. And then we'd have to keep turning the volume pump on and off so that way we don't blow up the pipe and it can still fill up the canister. But also what we're going to need is we need to make sure that the pressure inside of the canister doesn't get too high. If we leave the volume pump on just a little bit too long, the canister will get too pressurized and it will explode. The way we do that is with a pressure regulator. Now there's a couple different things you could do with the pressure regulator, and it's all about where you want the pressure to lead. So right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill up that canister, which we're using the regular pressure regulator, which will regulate the pressure in front of it. Now with the pressure regulator, there is a back pressure regulator. The back pressure regulator will regulate the pressure behind it. Yeah, that's not the one we want right now. All right, so the pressure regulator, we need to go ahead and set that. And we're going to set it to 18,000 kilopascals. Confirm. Let me see if I can do this. Let's highlight it. Control C. See if we can do the same thing with this one. So highlight, Control V. Yep, it does work. That's awesome. That saves a lot of time. All right, highlight, Control V. There we go. All right, now the cool thing is the pressure regulators I could just leave on. One less thing I have to deal with. So this system right here, I can handle. I could do this by hand. All I need to do is turn on the pump and just let the pressure regulator work. Just make sure I turn off the pump every once in a while, so that way I don't blow up the pipe. But what I want to do is I want to automate it. I want that volume pump to turn off automatically when the pressure inside of that pipe gets to a certain point. Now the reason I want to set it to the pipe and not the gas tank storage or the filler, we do have a data connection on the top of these fillers. But the thing is, that canister takes a lot longer to fill up than this pipe right here will. So what that means is if the volume pump is reading, or if our logic system is reading the pressure from the filler, by the time that tank is filled or that canister is filled, this pipe would have already burst. So what we need to do is we need to set the pressure by that pipe right there. And of course the way we do that is with the analyzer. But of course we got to wait for the analyzer because I need to get some stuff painted first. So yeah, we're just going to put 3 of them just like that. And then what we need to do is we need to set up some logic. The problem with that is I don't have any logic yet, and I also need some cables. So we're going to go ahead and, oh shit, I got no room. I need another storage locker. I also need to go ahead and make these alloys. Alright, let me go ahead and drop some stuff on the ground. We'll need it over here, so we'll just drop it over here. So let me go ahead and make a few things. I'll make some paint. Stay right there. I'll make some paint. We'll make some cable. And I'll also get the logic ready for what we need to set up. Alright, well, I don't have enough room in my inventory for the logic, so I'll make that here in a second. We need to get some painting done. So what we have are the 4 gases that we are going to need in order to get everything set up inside of this base. What we're going to start with, I'm going to paint everything to, or at least try, paint the color to the same color as their filter. So the volatile is red, oxygen is white, nitrogen is black, and CO2, you know what? CO2 is going to be our propellant. So I think I'm going to go ahead and change that one to green. So that way I can make something else gray. But we have our volatile. And then we're going to go ahead and do the colors that mix each color together. I'll explain that here in a second. So this one is red. That is our volatile. Now the volatile will come together with, let's get rid of this. Red will come together with white to make orange, and that will be fuel. So that's going to go into the furnace, and it's also going to go into the canisters over there. I also need to make sure that I go ahead and paint the canisters, so that way I can tell what's what, and that I don't put the wrong gas in the wrong place. Because that would be bad. That would I think that would probably kill me. If I take like a waste tank and put it in the oxygen tank slot in my suit, that would probably be bad. Alright, let's grab the canister, drop it down, and there we go. Alright, so that's going to be the fuel. And we should already have fuel set up. I could go ahead and start. Oh no, I need more volatile. Yeah, I'm going to need a bit. Alright, now of course the oxygen is, let's go ahead and drop this here. The oxygen, of course, is going to be white, and that is going to go mix with the fuel to make orange, and then it's also going to mix with nitrogen to make air for a base. Well, that's something we'll have to set up after we get this place closed off. So let's get the tank. And I don't think I'm gonna have enough white. It looks like we're about to run out. That's alright, I need more of that anyways. Alright, so yeah, the air we have to do at some other point, and let's go ahead and drop this one here for right now. The nitrogen, we're gonna go ahead and make that black. Of course, I can't do anything with it yet because I don't have everything set up for pressurizing the base, but at some point we will. Alright, so that's the black. The gray we can't do right now because I need the air. Green, which we will go ahead and use as our propellant, which is CO2 for right now. Now, of course, in a different base on a different planet, I might use something else. It depends on what's in the atmosphere. But yeah, I'll go ahead and finish that off. It's going to connect to this one right over here. I also need to get some more white. Alright, now I need to go ahead and finish off that painting, and then I could go ahead and make some of the logic. It's going to be a bit of logic. So I need to set up the 3 different canisters. So it'll probably go right here. So yeah, let me get that all printed, and we'll see if we can get it working. Alright, so I think I got everything made that we need in order to get this done. Alright, so we got the pipe analyzers in, we got everything, well, mostly everything painted. We still have some more pipe that we need to build. What I need to do is, we already have the pressure set on that. Make sure the volume pumps, you go ahead and also change those as well. Depending on how quick or how slow you want those pipes to fill up. I just go ahead and put mine at 100. We'll have it set up to where that won't really matter. So yeah, make sure the pipe analyzers are turned on. That will give us our pressure and our temperature. Now we need to set up the logic for the whole system. Actually, I think I need to... I don't think that will work. I need to bring this out. At some point there is going to be a door here, but I need the power connections. So I won't be able to put the cable right there on the seam. I have to bring it back 1. So yeah, we'll set up the logic for that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need, of course, is logic IOs. I need that to be logic readers. So set it up right here. And then we'll put it down here. So I'm going to need 1 logic reader for every single gas. Now I'm going to space this out and make it really simple or confuse the shit out of me. So yeah, logic readers, they'll read the information from the pipe analyzers. Next thing we need is a compare. So we grab our, what is that? Logic processor. Change that to a logic compare. Oh, I gotta turn that one around. My bad. I probably don't have to, it's just OCD at this point. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which way it's rotated, just as long as you have everything connected. And logic compare. Alright, so we do have our logic memory, but the thing is, with each system we're setting up the same number. So we only need 1 to control all 3. So we'll just put you... Actually, you know what? Where should I put... You know what? It doesn't matter. We'll put it right there. It'll give me space for something else later on. Let's go ahead and grab our logic IOs. The next thing we're going to need is... We're going to need the information written to the volume pumps. So I need a logic writer. And then we're going to need 3 of those for the 3 different pumps. So they're not all going to be controlled at the same time. At some point one's going to get full, the other one's going to get empty, yada yada yada. Whichever gas you use most, of course that one's going to be needing to fill a lot more. Alright, now that we have those set up, what I need to do is I need to name every single thing. I need to name all the pipe analyzers, the volume pumps, and then all the logic chips. Now, I'm just going to name them to the gas they're representing. So this is going to be fuel, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. This is going to take me a minute, so let me go ahead and get this done real quick. Alright, I know this is a mess, but yeah, I'm just making sure I get everything connected. At some point I might try to straighten this up to see if I can't save a little bit of room. But we need to go ahead and get this set up. So what I need is, I need the pressure to be read from the pipe analyzer which will be in the logic reader. So what we'll go ahead and do is I'll do the fuel real quick, and then I'll do the other two on my own. Alright, so we need the pipe analyzer. Pipe analyzer, where the oh, there it is. I need the pipe analyzer fuel. There we go. The information we're trying to read is the pressure. God damn, where's the pressure? Did I pass it? I think I might have passed it. Oh, there it was. Alright, pressure. Alright, so here we have in our logic memory, we have the other number that we need to compare to. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the information from the logic reader to the logic compare. So that is logic reader fuel. Alright, then oh, I think I named that fuel as well. Also the number that we're going to get from the logic memory fuel. So logic memory, logic memory fuel. And what I want to do is whenever the number in the logic reader is less than the number in the logic memory, I want to turn the pump on. So we're going to set this to less, and then we need to set this number. So we're going to set this to the same number that we're setting those canisters at for the pressure, which I think we set that for what, 18,000? Yeah, 18,000. So this one is 18. It also makes it a lot easier to use the labeler instead of trying to do it by hand. Alright, there we go. So like I said, what's going to happen is the information that we're reading into the logic reader from the pipe analyzer will compare to this number, and if it's less than the logic memory number, it will turn a pump on, which we set up right here. So we're reading the information from the logic compare. So logic compare fuel. That's going out to the volume pump fuel, and that will tell that pump to turn on. Now as soon as I turn this on, that pump should also turn on. Right now it is, let's make sure it's off. Yes, it is. As soon as I hit this button to turn that chip on, it should turn that pump on. Oh shit. Well, apparently there was a lot of fucking pressure inside of that pipe. Oh, well. Yeah, see, that's the issue. That pipe will fill up a lot faster than the canister will. Luckily, we didn't really lose a whole lot. All that happened was that pipe ruptured. Took out the pipe analyzer, so I'm going to have to redo that. But, yeah, just always make sure that you're kind of careful with what you're doing. It's probably the best idea to do this when you don't have pressure inside of the pipe. But yeah, that's the issue. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick and get everything connected. Alright, so let me show you the confusion right here. Right here, if we look at the straight pipe, it says the max pressure is 60,000 kilopascals, which is 60 megapascals. Right now, all we're trying to do is set it to 18, but that seems to be a little too much. So what I got to do is we're going to go ahead and turn this one down a little bit. Let's say, let's just say 10,000. That should fix that issue. All right, now that we got the analyzer, I need to name it. Did I name it? No, I did not. So fuel. So it's all about trial and error, but sometimes you're going to end up blowing your base up. So whenever you're trying to do something like this, messing with gases, and you've never done it before, make sure that you save. Always save your game before you start messing with stuff you've never messed with before. Alright, so I need pipe analyzer fuel, and that's going to read pressure. If I can find the pressure. There we go. Now it's turned on, so the pump should be turned on until that pipe is filled in. I had to let the pressure out of that pipe or I'd just blow another one. So that's why it's not turning off right now. It's because I don't have any fuel. I'll have to go do some mining to grab some more real quick. But yeah, the fuel is set up. I'll go ahead and get mining so we can get some more fuel. And I also need to get these other ones set up. But first, I want to double check. Alright, so that's 2.5 megapascals, which is, since that is a lot of piping, that is a lot of gas to put in that small little pipe. But I think I might want to set that lower. I might set it to 8,000 kilopascals or 8 megapascals. We're just trying to be safe at this point, and it's not really important how much pressure is inside of that pipe. I just need to make sure it's not enough to burst it like we've already done. So yeah, I might change that to 8 megapascals, but we'll see. And the oxygen, I know that's going to have a lot of pressure. Yeah, 1.8 megapascals, but it's spread out through the entire pipeline. So each one of these pipes has 1.8 megapascals, and there's like 20 of them. So in that pipe, there's probably like 20 to 30 megapascals of pressure if you try to push it into one pipe. So yeah, you definitely have to be careful of that. Let me go ahead and get everything finished. I'll go out and do some mining, and we'll make some more fuel. Oh, I think I got a little too much volatile in there. Almost filled it completely up. That thing's about to burst. So I need to use up some fuel. We need to make some alloys, so I'll probably use a bit. But now I'm trying to get to oxygen because I ran out of oxygen as well. I just keep running out of everything, man. It took so long for me to find enough volatile and enough oxide that it's already the next night. And I think it should be becoming daylight here pretty soon. But let's go ahead and check this out. Ooh, it turned off. There we go. So the CO2, the carbon dioxide is set up, the oxygen set up, the fuel is set up. Let's check the canisters, and the fuel is not... There it goes. Yeah, like I said, the canisters take a lot longer to fill up than the pipes do. So the issue was, I looked on the Stationpedia to see what pressure these pipes can hold, and it didn't match what it actually does hold. So I think they still need to fix the Stationpedia a little bit. But we're still waiting on the canister. Am I out of... I'm out of oxygen again. Alright, well, let's get a little bit more. So not only is it filling up the canister, it's also filling up these pipes right here, which will be our backlog. That will allow me putting fuel into this pipe, not only fuel the furnace, but also if I need to switch out a canister, we should still have pressure in the pipes to fill it up. Or at least I hope. But yeah, I'm almost out of volatiles again. Holy shit. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that off. We should have enough pressure. Yeah, we do. It's full. So yeah, that should be enough pressure to go ahead and fill up all the canisters. And we're good. I just need to get some more oxygen and some more volatiles as well. But we should have enough pressure in that pipe. Let me see. We have 8 megapascals inside of the pipe right now. So we're good. That should be enough pressure to go ahead and run the furnace so that I can make the other alloys that we need. So the one that I'm definitely going to need now is... we need some better solar panels. We need the ones that aren't going to get damaged in in the sandstorm. We also need to build... oh, I did not connect those. Damn it. That's what I get for rushing. I also need the bigger batteries, so that way we can store more power and still have a lot of power throughout the night. Let me go ahead and put this in. Yeah, that was kind of dumb with me. Let's put our drill back. Alright, now what we need to make is astroloy. Astroloy is one of those alloys that are pretty difficult to make. First thing I have to do is I should have all the ore that I need. Astroloy will take steel. Now steel, I can't just grab the iron and the carbon, throw it in the furnace and throw in everything else, and I'll show you why here in a second. A little bit of trial and error to figure this out. I wasted a lot of resources in my creative world doing the test. So whenever you stick in iron and coal to make steel, the problem that you'll get, let me actually show you. We'll do one for right now. When that smelts, what will happen is down here, it will show you that inside of that furnace is iron and carbohydrate, I think it was called. Now we'll wait for it to finish and see. Hydrocarbon, that's what it's called. So when you do make the steel, it's only giving you iron and hydrocarbon. What you have to do is you have to eject the steel and then put it back in. So that way it will actually read steel. But it looks like we don't have... Alright, let's go ahead and add some fuel, which is the bottom one. Wait for the pressure to go up. Oh, I hate doing this. There it goes. And now we got the steel. Even though we have steel, it's still showing in the furnace that we have iron and hydrocarbon. Son of a bitch. So what we have to do is pull it out and then throw it back in, and it will actually say, now it says steel. So what I need to do is I need to make some more steel, but I want to be careful. I want to go ahead and pull that out just in case. Make the other steel, and then I need to grab... Why did you... Oh, you're still smelting? There it goes. So with astrolabe, what it requires is it requires 0.5 or 50% steel, quarter or 25% copper, and 25% cobalt. So since we're making... I need a lot of this astrolabe for all of the solar panels that we need to build. Which is why I'm making... I think this will make like 400. Oh shit, not what I meant to do. Put that back in. So that's 200, so that will give us 400. So I need 200 copper and then 200 cobalt, which I have right there. Let me go in and grab those. So copper and cobalt. This right here is for stellite. Stellite is a little bit more simple. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we'll wait for the steel. So that will make another 200 steel, so we'll go ahead and put that in. Alright, now we can throw in the copper. Hopefully this isn't too much and it's not going to get... it's not going to stop me because I have too much in there, hopefully. Yep, too much right now. I need to wait for a little bit more to smelt. Alright, there we go. Oh, still not enough. Come on. Alright, so let me get this all smelted, then we have to figure out the temperature and the pressure. Alright, so we got half of it needs to be steel, so that's 400. Half of that needs to be copper, so that's 200 grams. And then cobalt, that also needs to be 200 grams. And it looks like we have the right amount. Awesome. So what we need to figure out now is the temperature. The temperature needs to be... Let me put it right here so we can see what's going on. The temperature... needs to be between 726 degrees Celsius, so we're too cold. The pressure needs to be between 30 and 40. So we're good on the pressure, we're just not right on the temperature. So we need to make this a little bit hotter. But the problem is our pressure is really high because of the smelting. Whenever you smelt the ores, it will create a little bit of gas. That's why the pressure is up so high. So now we get to test out this system right here and make sure it actually works. So let's go ahead and open. And the pump turned off because now the temperature inside of that pipe is too high. And we'll just wait for the pressure to go down. I don't want to do it too fast because it might cause something to rupture. But I think we're okay. So yeah, we'll just let the pressure go down so that way we could go ahead and put in more fuel. I think right about there should be good enough. Alright, close that off. Put in more fuel. Very, very slowly. And there it goes. Alright, so I think we're a little too hot now, unfortunately. Alright, so 726 to blah blah blah. The pressure has to be, we don't have enough pressure. Well, shit. Alright, let's give this a shot. Very, very slowly, we're going to let more fuel in. And... oh, shit. Okay. We're good. Alright, so now the pressure is too high. We need to get that down to 40 megapascals. So open this up. And... there's 42. 41. Oh, nope, a little bit more. There we go. There's our astrolite. Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me. Alright, so that gave us only 200 grams of astroloid. That's not going to be enough. Now, the gases are going to sit in there probably until nighttime when they get to at least 0 degrees Celsius, and then that pump will turn back on. But yeah, now that we got some astroloid, I could go ahead and get all of the solar panels that I need. We need the heavy solar panels that will not be damaged in the storms. Then I'll also go ahead and make a couple of the large batteries. And I think now that we got the first 3 priorities taken care of, we got power, we got water, now we got our gases set up, our canisters, so that way we can start fueling things. The next thing we need to start worrying about is food. Food is going to be a little bit more difficult because I have to worry about 2 things with the food. One, we have to pressurize this base. We have to worry about the right pressure and the right temperature. With the pressure, we also have to worry about the right gas mixture. So I did figure out that with plants, you need at least 1% of CO2 in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set up 2 mixers to get the right air mixture. But yeah, we'll have to talk about that next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
We try to find a